One of the questions that most people ask when they start considering filming with a smartphone is how many accessories do you really need? Well, in all fairness, all you need is your phone, okay? You got an amazing 2 or 3 cameras already built into the phone, so that is essentially all you need. Now you can go fancy and over time improve on what you have, which you should aim to record better images and better sound. So these are my essential accessories. But before we get started, I need to announce the winner for my Xeon Smooth 5S gimbal that I did on my video review last month. I am using the help of a random picker online, and as you can clearly see here, I've got it here. I've got a screen recording on either side of the screen. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna let this program pick the winner. I had over or around 170 comments. It's not feasible for me to manually handpick someone. You know, I think it would be unfair and it would just take me too long. So I'm just gonna hit start, and whoever wins it, well, you've got a Xeon Smooth 5S going your way. So let's see. So J Hart, you are the winner of my giveaway, and I'll be sending you this Xeon Smooth 5S completely unopened and sealed straight to you, wherever you are in the world. And if you haven't won, just don't get disheartened, because in this very video at the end, I am also doing another giveaway with much more equipment. I've got microphones, gimbals, I have a whole range of equipment. I genuinely hope you'll find all of these really helpful. First and foremost, the most important accessory that I recommend anybody should buy is a tripod, okay? Because you want stable footage, okay? The biggest sign of an amateur and a pro is that the professional always tends to have very stable footage, okay? So you can go for something as simple as this, because sometimes all you have to get your shot stable is some street furniture, a pipe, or anything like this. So with these ones, you can wrap the legs around. They're really, really helpful. So I strongly recommend that you always keep one of these in your camera bag, regardless. Now, if you do a studio work, a video tripod is probably what I would recommend. Brands like Manfrotto, Vinten, they're really good, so you can get some really nice panning and tilting moves. If you're gonna be someone that is gonna be going in and out, shooting indoors, outdoors, traveling light, maybe on a bicycle, on a motorbike, on the public transport, and you just don't want to be dragging around heavy equipment, I strongly recommend that you do not get a purely photography tripod. These tripods, they are not gonna give you any ability to do panning and tilting. It doesn't matter what brand you follow or how much they try to ram it down your throat with heavy advertising. These tripods are no good, okay? I recommend that you get yourself a DSLR tripod with a handle and an adjustment for the panning and tilting. It's not gonna be anywhere near as fluid as a video tripod, but at least it will give you some panning and tilting capabilities, so you get some decent movement when you're on location. In terms of sound, you have 2 options in my opinion, depending on what it is that you're filming and the environment where you film this, okay? Now, usually you're gonna have an onboard microphone. It doesn't have to be a very big microphone to start with. This one is really cool because it gives you the ability to record the sound from in front of the camera and behind, in case that you talk to camera. This one is a much more traditional one. It's just recording whatever it is that is happening in front of the camera. What I recommend everybody to have is a wireless microphone. You can have a lapel mic that you wire directly onto the camera, but it's just a hassle. And if you move around, you want to have the ability to have sound recorded well. You don't want to be limited by the length of the cable. These are very similar. You get a box with the transmitters and the receivers inside. Everything is nice and neat, and it's just literally plug and go. There will be times that recording on camera might be a bit of a pain, or you want a backup. There are situations where you genuinely cannot afford to have no audio because accidents sometimes do happen. So I also recommend that you get yourself a Zoom H1n mini recorder. I might just need to do something really, really quick, and I don't want to be fluffing about with adding the receiver and the lapel mic and anything. So I literally have a lapel mic that I have, as you can see here, got it stuck to the inside of the collar on my shirt, and I literally just plug the lapel mic onto the recorder and I record it that way to sync the audio to the video. it's literally 2 clicks. You're gonna record some guide track on your camera and then the software will do that all for you, okay? You don't need to do absolutely nothing, just do 2 clicks and it's all done. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I'll do my best to come back to you right away. For years, I've been using a brand called Sandmarc, and they have their own case, filters and lenses. And this is really good because you can attach a lot of the accessories directly into the case. You can use this very easily. It's very lightweight, and a lot of the times I use this case when I attach my phone to the gimbal because it's so lightweight. Now, if you want something a little bit more comprehensive, you can get this one from Sandmarc. This is a really nice case. You can buy it on a thread mount or bayonet mount, depending on the mount on whatever lens or filters that you have. And this one has cold shoe mounts built into the actual frame. You know, this is really nice, solid metal, very lightweight as well, but obviously increases the footprint of your phone. But it's really handy because it's got threads here, so you can literally mount this directly onto your tripod or gimbal or whatever it is that you use, whereas with this one, you need a phone mount. Recently, Freewell has launched a smartphone filmmaking system and they have their own case. And this is something that I will be reviewing very soon, and this is actually really nice. What a case gives you is the ability to attach accessories, call them lenses, filters, or microphones, or lights. I strongly recommend that you get yourself a case, or 2 or even 3, depending on what it is that you're filming. Because, you know, obviously it's not the same to have this case than this case, but it depends entirely on your budget and what you plan to use the phone with. I chose to go with Sandmarc's ecosystem, lenses and filters. And I've been very happy. They're really, really good quality. So this is a really great filter. Sandmarc also has hybrid filters, which are ND and polarizer filters, and they have CPL, and they have a range of other filters. And I recently reviewed several of them, and leave a link up in the video now. And I strongly recommend that you get yourself an ND filter. I prefer a variable ND because you can easily adjust based on the overall brightness where it is that you're filming. But you can also choose a fixed set of ND filters, and you just have to manually change from 16, 32, 64, 128, or however many ND filters you have. But variable ND filters are really, really handy. Freewell has recently released their own set of filters and cases for the iPhone. And what is great about Freewell is that it's a magnetic system and it clamps on top of all 3 lenses. What is really great is that it covers all 3 lenses, because these filters from all these brands, if you mount it on this case, you can mount it onto the standard lens and the telephoto lens, and then on the ultra-wide you need to use a clip-on adapter. But that process is a little bit cumbersome and it's a little bit of a pain. Whereas this one is really nice because you literally just clamp it on top and it covers all 3 lenses. So this, to me, looks really nice. But the downside of this setup from Freewell is that they only provide an anamorphic lens at the moment. So they don't provide any telephoto or ultra-wide lens. And this is really important because you want to start thinking about getting a telephoto or an ultra-wide. Your phone will probably come with 2 or 3 lenses, and in there you'll probably have the standard lens, the ultra-wide and the telephoto lens. The ultra-wide and the telephoto lens are nowhere near as good in quality as the main lens on your phone. On a bright sunny day, all 3 lenses will look really nice, but the moment light starts to drop, whether it's sunrise or sunset, or if you are indoors, you're gonna notice a massive difference in quality. Forget about the selfie lens, that's just pure garbage, okay? If you get yourself a telephoto and ultra-wide lens, it means that you can attach them or screw them onto the main wide lens, and that's gonna give you the ultra-wide or telephoto field of view, but on the main wide, because that's gonna give you the absolute best quality. Now, I've chosen Sandmarc lenses for the last few years, and they have performed really, really well. Now, the mount is a threaded mount. There are other brands like Moment that they have a bayonet mount. This is where obviously you need to pay attention to the cases that you use and the filters, because you kind of buy into an ecosystem. And I know that I'm just giving you a whole bunch of accessories, and all in all is a lot of money. I'm not suggesting that you go and buy everything at once in one go. I mean, I didn't do that. This is something that I've been building up over time. Buy good quality, it's gonna pay off because you're gonna buy once and you don't need to worry about having to upgrade your lenses or your filters because you realize that they're not quality. Now, why would you want to buy a gimbal and carry around something this big or even bigger like this one when you've been sold that these phones have amazing stabilization? The difference is that this phone's stabilization is designed for when you hold the phone like this. They sell it to you like you can run and you can pretty much do anything in life and the stabilization is going to be amazing, and that's not the case. Marketing is very strong. Don't just buy all the crap that they put in front of you, okay? This is amazing for when you hold the phone like this, okay? It's going to give you really stable images, but if you try to run, if you try to follow someone, if you try to be a little bit creative, do any creative shots like go up and down or following someone from the feet up, this is not going to give you nowhere near as good effect as this. And with this one, you get a lot of flexibility. You can attach a pole and do crane shots. So I strongly recommend that you invest in a gimbal because it's going to give you so much flexibility and so many different creative angles. You're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna tell you that you need to buy this onboard light or that onboard light or this big studio lights with these big domes and everything. And you know, if you have the money and you are in a situation in your filmmaking career that you can afford that or you need that, then yes, be my guest. But to get it started, I recommend no onboard light whatsoever, okay? If you go film outdoors, you position yourself in a slight angle with the sun on either side, you learn the basics of filming outside. It's gonna save you money. And if you do content for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, nobody is gonna give a rat's ass whether you have a little bit of shadow here or there. Nobody is that perfectionist, okay? Indoors, get yourself a relatively decent, doesn't have to be very expensive, 3.1x1 LED panels with soft boxes, okay? Soft boxes are gonna make a big, massive difference to the softness on your face. But if you're gonna be filming yourself outdoors, vlogging and doing, you know, everyday life, easy on your budget, you are already gonna be spending a fair bit of money on other accessories. It will come a time when you're gonna have someone that is gonna be doing the filming for you and they can carry the lights. But if it's gonna be you doing all the work, no lights. If you're gonna be taking filming with your smartphone seriously, you're gonna need to use a third-party app, okay? Because whatever built-in app or camera app that comes with your phone is gonna be nowhere near as deep and functional as a third-party camera app. Just go through them and find out which one it is that you like and also financially what makes sense to you. Because an app that works for me may not necessarily work for you because we work in different ways. Maybe I like the layout or the design and you absolutely hate it. So you need to do your homework and decide what it is that you feel comfortable with. Maybe you can download a trial version, but trust me, you do not want to be using your default camera app because a third-party camera app is gonna give you all the functionality or almost the same functionality as a DSLR or a professional camera, but obviously on a smartphone. Get yourself a power bank with a PD or power delivery USB-C ports, okay? Because when you are out and about, you will need to be recharging accessories, whether it's the smartphone itself, whether it's the microphones, the gimbals, whatever it is that you carry. There might be situations where you just film for a couple of hours or 3 hours and you know, you're totally fine. But there might be other situations where you might be filming all day. Maybe you are filming for 2 days, so you want to be able to recharge things on the go. You don't want to be arriving to your filming location and then realize that you have no power. Now, one thing that is essential, okay, is you need to be able to edit whatever it is that you film. There are many editing software platforms out there, but I strongly recommend DaVinci Resolve, okay, because DaVinci Resolve is a professional tool. It's industry standard for color correction, but the editing, graphics and sound features, they have improved incredible over the last 2 or 3 years. Version 18 is incredible. And the beauty of it is that you have a free version and a paid version. And the free version is about 95% as functional as the paid version. And if you find yourself in the situation that you need the features that the paid version offers, well, it's a very simple upgrade. I think it's about $299. So you get all the upgrades for life for that small fee of $299, which I think is amazing value for money. Or just stick to the free version, which I think for 90% of people, that's all you need. You want to carry whatever equipment you take when you're filming nice and organized. I know that the temptation is there to go for the cheapest camera bag, but in the long term, you're gonna have to buy 2, 3, 4, 10 camera bags. My recommendation is that you spend a little bit of money and you buy a camera bag from a company like Manfrotto. This brand is industry standard in the UK and mainland Europe. This is the small camera bag that they have. They have medium and large size, depending on how much equipment you want to take. The most important thing is that all the materials are really high end, not just the exterior but the interior. The zippers are really good quality. Any cheap camera bag that you buy from Amazon or whatever other vendor, it will not last you past 12, 24 months at a push before the zippers or the internals start breaking apart. In 15, 18, 20 years time, I will still be using this camera bag. Invest in good equipment and accessories. Trust me, it's gonna pay off and you will actually be saving money in the long term. I'm doing another giveaway for equipment that I have 2 of each, or equipment that I have never used or I might never use because I just have too much, okay? So I have a list of it in the video description. Go through it and click on the link and then tell me what it is that you want, okay? If only one of you wants that particular microphone or gimbal or filters or whatever it is, obviously that's gonna go to you. If there is 2 or 3, I will do a raffle type of contest. Honestly, this is the best I can do. It's equipment that I am not going to be using because I have 2 of each and it's going to be collecting dust. So I prefer that that equipment goes to someone that is going to genuinely use it and put it to good use. And I hope 2023 is going to be an amazing year for everybody, myself and all of you guys. Thank you very much for staying with me, for watching my videos, and I hope you have a fantastic end of year and an amazing start of 2023.